All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dashy True Inferno, and it's another throwback tunes on another Thursday. So let's get straight into it. So I am reviewing "Coming of Age" by Memphis Bleek. This is his debut album that dropped August 3rd, 1999. So at this point, I just completed my freshman year of high school, and I'm about to go into my senior year. Sophomore year rather. So this was obviously under Roc-A-Fella and Def Jam, and like I said, this was his debut album. Now, here's the thing with this one: if you go to the actual Coming of Age album page on Wikipedia, well, okay, never mind. I'll take that out. But anywho, let me go on with this little bit of info real quick. As of January 2001, the album has been certified gold for shipment of over 500,000 units. So basically, 500,000 copies has been sold. However, if I guess since then, at some point after that, it sold 1.033 million copies, meaning this album is now platinum. So I'm assuming at some point after that year, January 2001, this album finally became platinum. So, and let's look at the charts real quick. This chart-wise, this is Bleek's best album. Chart-wise, that is. It was number 7. It peaked at number 7 on the Billboard 200. It was number 1 in both the top R&B/hip hop albums and the top rap albums. So that's pretty amazing for Bleek. In fact, all 4 of his albums were as high as number 1 in the top rap albums charts. But only this and The Understanding, which in my opinion was Bleek's best album, and I already reviewed that one a while back. But both of those albums was the only albums he came out with that peaked at number 1 on the top R&B/hip hop chart. So, yeah, there you go with that. Now, this album did indeed spawn 3 singles, but we'll get to those singles in a minute. Let's first talk about the tracks real quick. So, we got the first track, which is basically a skit, Pain in the Ass intro. So, we got DA as in Doug. Yes, it was back in those days. So, this was the intro where some dude would be talking, and he'll end it off with, "Okay, reloaded," you know, something like that. So, yeah, that's the intro right there. Track number 2 is called Who's Sleeping, featuring Reb, followed by Memphis Bleek is, and there's some information regarding this track. This is actually one of the 3 singles right here. Next up is What You Think of That, featuring Jay-Z, and that is also a single as well. Next up is Murder, M-U-R-D-A, for the number 4, Life. Murder for Life, featuring Ja Rule. More on that later. Then we get the second skit off of this album, which is called You're All Welcome, which is a Pain interlude, followed by Stay Alive and NYC. Next up is You a Thug Nigga, followed by NOW, all in abbreviated. There we go. And that one features the Ranjas. I hope I said that correctly. Track number 10 is called Everybody, followed by I Won't Stop, featuring Dark Half. I never heard of this guy. Track number 12, that is the second single, My Hood or Your Hood, featuring Benny Siegel. Next up is Why You Wanna Hate For, featuring NORE. And then the last track is Regular Cat. So let's talk about the 3 singles. And the first single off of this album is Memphis Bleek Is. So you're probably wondering, that title, it sounds similar to something. Yeah, you're right, actually. So before I answer that question or explain that little bit of controversy, let me get on with the info regarding this single. So basically, Memphis Bleek is the debut single for the Coming of Age. The single dropped June 8, 1999. And here's why Memphis Bleek sounds similar to another song. This song was perceived, not intended, not purposely done, but perceived as an indirect diss to Nas. And this was because the song had a similar concept to that of Nas' song, Nas Is Like. So that's right, Memphis Bleek is, Nas is like. So yeah, they both sound similar. They had the similar themes or whatever. Now, Memphis Bleek became a minor hit and allowed Bleek to be known as more than Jay-Z's sidekick. It, along with music from Ja Rule, became the most requested music in New York City during the summer of 1999 and established a fan base for Bleek. Now, here's what happened. I think I explained this a while back. Matter of fact, I think when I was reviewing either Bleek other single, The Understanding, or one of Nas's earlier singles, albums rather. Like, this led to the infamous Jay-Z Nas beef. So there was like, and to me there was three. I'm getting off topic here. There was three main factors that led to the creation of Nas Jay-Z beef. The first one was the Dead Presidents track, because Nas was supposed to meet up with Jay and I believe Dame Daz and their crew at a studio to record a song for Jay-Z's debut album, which was obviously Reasonable Doubt, but Nas never showed up. He never called, anything like that. So that's the first strike. The second strike was when Jay-Z and Allen Iverson slept with Nas' baby mama. I'm not sure Nas and his baby mama was going out at the time, but that did happen. And if you don't believe me, listen to Super Ugly by Jay-Z. Then this one right here was the final straw in my opinion. This was the third strike that led to the beef. So Nas took that as a diss towards him, and he came out with a diss track towards Memphis Bleek. And Memphis Bleek was in the Bahamas when somebody, I guess one of his boys or whatever, called him up, said, "Hey, Nas came at you. Here's the track," and played the track over the phone. So Memphis Bleek came out with My Mind Right, and not the remix. The remix blew up, and I covered that already. I'm talking about the original. The original, he threw shots at Nas in that one, directly at Nas. Like I believe he said, "Who you're supposed to be, like your lifestyle written. So who you're supposed to be, play your position," something like that. So yeah, he threw a couple of shots at Nas in that song, and that obviously led to the beef between the two of them. And then Nas went from beefing with Bleek to beefing with Bleek, Siegel, and Jay-Z, and then Jay-Z came out with Takeover, and the rest is history. So yeah, there you go with that. That's why Memphis Bleek is a very important track. Not because it established him as a big time mainstream artist, because it didn't. Not this track anyway, but it was like the final factors into the creation of the Nas Jay-Z beef. So yeah, that's why this single right here is major. The next single is My Hood to Your Hood. That one features Beanie Siegel. And before we get to that, Memphis Bleek actually did make did make the charts. It was 93rd, that's the highest, in the Hot R&B / hip hop songs, and 33rd, excuse me, in the Hot Rap Songs charts. Now let's get on to the second single, which is My Hood to Your Hood. I'm assuming it came out in 1999. This is the second single, and again, it features Beanie Siegel. But again, did not make the charts. There's no info behind that one. So we're gonna move on to the third single, which is called What'd You Think of That, featuring Jay-Z. The third and final single off this album. And there's no info on this single outside from the fact that it did make the charts. It was 109th, that's the highest, in the Hot R&B / hip hop songs, 49th in the Hot Rap Songs, and 58 in the UK charts, singles charts actually. So there you go with that. Now let me give y'all my best track from the worst all the way up to the first, obviously. Now, first of all, there's no bad track on this album. Let me get that out the way right now. But these are the worst ones out of the 12. Obviously not including the skits or whatever. Memphis Bleek is the worst song off this album, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Like, it's actually good. It's just not better than the others on this album. Followed by Who's Sleeping featuring Reb. Now, like I said, both those tracks were not bad. It was pretty good. Now we get to the more really good stuff. Everybody was good. Why You Wanna Hate For was good. The snare pattern, this one was very unique, so I recommend you check that out. NOW was good. I Won't Stop featuring Dark Hab. The beat was cool with this one. My Hood to Your Hood featuring Beanie Siegel. The beat was cool for that one as well. What'd You Think of That was really good. Jay-Z was in it, obviously. And of course, You a Thug Nigga. The beat for that one was really, really cool. Like, I believe Gotti produced that one, if memory serves me correctly. You a Thug. Yes, he did. And that was a really good track. I'm like, wow, man, with the beats. Like, that's really. And then there's another one that he produced. I'll get to that late in a few minutes. So let's go to our top 3 tracks off this album. The best track off this album, Regular Cat. This one's somewhat of a mellow out joint, but it's more like it have a lighter tone to it. And you know, I like those, you know, so this one's really cool. It was somewhat dope. I mean, not dope, somewhat deep, but it was really dope. So yeah, Regular Cat was really cool. Second best track off this album, Stay Alive and NYC. Another one to mellow out joint somewhat, but this one was more dark. Like this one had a slightly darker tone, and the beat was really, really dope, man, without question. Now, best track off this album, Murder for Life featuring Ja Rule. Herb Gotti produced this one, and the beat is dope. What made this beat is the snare. That snare was really dope on this beat, and Ja went off on this one as well, dog. Like, man, Ja ain't no pushover with the you know, with the lyrics and the deliveries and things of that nature. Yeah, 50 messed up his career, but prior to that, Ja was no joke. Like I said, even though he was like third in the top 3 kings in regards to Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule, but Ja was no pushover. So he really went at it in this one. I like this track, Murder for Life. I recommend you listen to this track right here. Now, with that out of the way, let's get on with the professional ratings. All Music gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Rolling Stone gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And USA Today gave it 3 out of 4 stars. So, what do I think about this album? Well, okay. I already established this before, so I'm going to repeat myself. The Understanding, which is Memphis Bleek's second album, was his best album ever. Like, I don't care what anybody says. He only came out with 4 albums. I got all 4, and they're all pretty good at least. But The Understanding was his best one. Actually, I take that back. Did I get Coming to Age? I think I just heard it. Yeah, I just heard Coming to Age. I don't got that on my part, but I got his second, third, and fourth one. But The Understanding was his best one ever. I don't know what his second best. I gotta listen to Made and 534 again. But Coming to Age is really good. Therefore, I would have to give it a 4 out of 5. Yes, a 4 out of 5 stars right here, man. And I recommend you download it. You download it and keep it if you want. Yeah, I say that. The thing with this, it got a lot of great tracks. There was no bad track on this album, but there was nothing that was classics or legendary or make me go, man, I should listen to this album more often. Nothing in this album had that. The Understanding had classics. It had hits, you know, but Coming to Age, it did not. It just had a lot of really good songs and no bad songs. So that's why I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Again, no bad songs, a lot of it really good songs, but not enough to bump it up. So yeah, there you go with that, man. Y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.